Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Friday night SmackDown recap show. I think we're live. I don't know. There are messages popping up on the screen that there were errors, but it says we're live now. I am the OG Fig Kid, Thomas Montalto, being joined by this guy.
And I am young Anthony of the Titantron podcast. Tom, we're finally back. We're finally
back.
together again.
2 weeks, we're going to start singing together again.
Gee,
I
it's
believe
good to be together again.
That was from the Muppets Take Manhattan. I don't know if you saw that.
Of
Did
course
you watch
I did.
that?
I love the Muppets.
Oh man, I like you more and more every week. What good taste for just a young kid. Man,
I know a thing or two.
I remember seeing that movie back when it was in the theater when, yes, you were still in your dad's sack. Had to get that in there. But we're back. We had another episode of SmackDown. We are currently crushing it in the viewer ratership. I hope SmackDown's ratings did better than this. I hope we're live. I don't know if I should check and see if we're really live or not.
We are. I see it right here.
Yeah, I'm going to check YouTube and let's see what YouTube says. The Turnbuckle. Oh, yeah, we're live. Oh,
we're
look,
live,
there
pal.
We are. Check YouTube. There we are. Okay. So anyway, let's talk about the show in case anybody watches it on replay.
Well, Rampage is still going on, so maybe they're still on their high from CM Punk and everything. But...
Hey, listen, I'd rather be watching Rampage too. We'll get to that. We will definitely get to that. But we start off with an Edge promo. And the first thing I could think of, hey, we got to view it. It's Tyson. I bet you it's Tyson. Welcome, Tyson.
It's got to be.
I hope it's Tyson. The Edge promo. First thing, I see Edge and I'm thinking, trim your beard. First thing that goes through my head.
I should take notes on how to grow a beard like Edge.
Yeah, you'll never get a beard that long. You have to be 300 years old by the time your beard would be that long.
You see, the lighting actually does it some justice because you could see it coming in a little bit.
Is that what you call it?
I have to trim it though because it gets bushy like Edge's beard on like the jawline. But Tyson is here. There he is.
What's up, Tyson? Our number one guy, man. Our number one guy. So we get the Edge promo. What did you think of the Edge promo? Let's talk about the Edge promo.
Edge is like when I was a little nervous about them starting with a promo for this show specifically because they were going to go head to head with Rampage. But I knew like once Edge came out and he sat down in the steel chair in the middle of the ring, I was like, all right, it's going to be good. Like he always cuts good promos whenever he sits in the steel chair in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking he's just going to sit here for a while. That's going to kill a good portion of this 2.5 hours. But it wasn't that long of it wasn't that long of a promo, but it was a good promo.
Tyson keeps going at me, and I don't understand why. I'm young Anthony tonight. I'm not Hollywood. The gimmick is over here. The gimmick is way over here. No need to go at young Anthony tonight. But no, the promo was great. I love that he like name dropped Becky Lynch, and he was
talked about his history with Bex.
Yeah, he even like alluded to everything that happened with John Cena and his dad, that he invaded his home.
Yeah.
I like that he made the distinction of like being a house and a home. Like it just made that much more personal. And like I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to this Hell in a Cell match.
I mean, I love when they go back and they draw back from things in the past like that. That'll always like get me pop a little more and get me more invested into anything.
Right.
So love that. Definitely love that. Yeah, I guess if I was invested in anything in this pay-per-view, it would be that match.
It's a properly built Hell in a Cell. So I guess it's something that WWE is doing right. I think this has to be one of the better storylines of the year. I think that goes without saying. Edge and Rollins.
Yeah, okay. I can see that. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't argue that. I mean, considering what the rest of the storylines have been in WWE, it's not really hard. So let's move on. So the next thing we get is Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn to go to the finals of the King of the Ring. We knew it would be a good match. Finn Balor can have a good match with anyone. Finn Balor, he's still not on that high that he was on when he first came back.
No.
Do you agree? Like he's not that same intensity.
Well, I thought they were going to play off of the whole thing that happened at Extreme Rules with the demon and the turnbuckle, everything happening with that, and then they completely drop it. And
Yeah,
now it
it's
just feels like
WWE.
Finn
It's
is
just
just in the
forgotten.
mid card.
AEW could have a exploding ring disaster, and they'll freaking comment on it. And
And they'll make it
WWE
work.
has a storyline, something written into the storyline, and they just drop it and never mention it again.
Like it hurt Finn a lot, but I think now that he's had 2 really good matches these last few weeks, one with Cesaro and now with Sammy, I think it's helping him out a little bit. I don't think he's going to be like slotted back into that main event slot that he was like right coming back into SmackDown. But I think this King of the Ring run's definitely helping him. And honestly, I could see him going all the way and winning it.
Yeah, I mean, it's either going to be him or Xavier, I would believe. Obviously, I want it to be Xavier just to see him.
That's true. Yeah, something about Sammy not being allowed in Saudi Arabia. I don't know exactly the politics there, but like,
wow. So he should thank them that he doesn't have to make the trip.
Although I would have loved to see like heel Sami Zayn as the King of the Ring. I think that would have been really.
It would have been good. It would have been good. So
and
Finn.
look
It's
who
probably.
we have.
I would love to see who
we have.
we have.
It's Mike himself. Is that Mike Belcaster?
I believe that is Mike Belcaster.
That's the only Mike we have
on the Twitch. It is the only Mike. We don't need any other Mike. Mic drop. So it's I mean, I would love to see Xavier get the King of the Ring, but I think it's going to be Finn. But so we'll see. So the other thing during this match, totally shocked when they name dropped the referee for making a good call. Did you catch that?
I did. I was actually surprised that they did. They do that like every once in a blue moon. Like they'll mention like Charles Robinson or the women.
And her name was Jessica. I missed the last name.
Carr. I think Jessica Carr.
Jessica Carr. But the thing is, I felt like it was more of a dig at AEW for the ongoing bad reffing they have there, saying, "Oh, our refs don't miss that." When the feet were on the ropes.
Well, no, that was going at the like the sports teams, like baseball.
But it could be both.
It could be both, but I think that would be a stretch.
I think it was more against AEW. I think it was more against AEW.
You think so? I didn't get that, but I guess you could argue either way.
So we move on, and we get Sonja and Shayna. So it's Sonja's coming out to fight Naomi, but she announces Shayna's going to be with her. So it's going to be a handicap match because we all wanted to see Naomi versus Sonja and Shayna. You recap this one.
This was stupid. I mean, like, I guess that's the point.
It's a good recap.
I mean, we wanted to see Naomi versus Sonja, so they didn't give it to us. Now it's building. So they're hyping it up a little bit more. First of all, Shayna makes no sense here. I know that now she's on SmackDown, but there's no reason to put her in this with Naomi.
What I will say is that the only thing I do like, and I didn't care for this angle at all tonight, is just that we're seeing badass Shayna Baszler again.
That's true. That is very true.
I mean, if there's anything that came out of it, that's it.
She's got to win the Queen of the Ring tournament.
We'll talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But I didn't like this at all. I don't really care for this whole Sonja and Naomi story to begin with. I like that they're doing another women's feud that's not for a title, but like it just seems like it's dragging on a little bit too long and there's no real heat behind it. So like, why should I care?
Agree. I don't care. We're on the same page. So next up, we get Seth Rollins in that awesome friggin' suit.
That was a really good suit.
That was a good suit. And he cuts a promo. Love this Seth. I hope they keep this Seth exactly the same when he goes to Raw. Because this Seth is entertaining.
Yeah, I would love to see him going against like Big E for the title. I think there's a lot of cool matchups that you could do with Seth. Even like Seth versus Damian Priest could be really good. I think that's an interesting matchup. There's a lot you could do with him. So he cut a really good promo here. Not as good as Edge, I think. But yeah, just adds layers to like me being excited for this Hell in a Cell match.
I agree. And just for the record, for those of you who are watching, in a little while, there's going to be a hot tag. There's going to be a running. We're just doing one recap show tonight. So in a little while, you're going to get Mike Belcaster and Chad coming in. And we're going to talk a little bit about the head-to-head, and then they're going to go on with the Rampage recap right here on the YouTube channel of the Turnbuckle Tavern.
You gave us like a Mick Foley right there.
That's what I was trying to do, and I messed it up. That's what I totally messed it up too.
Leave the impressions for Mike. That's what I've learned the hard way.
I mean, Mike is the best at them. That is true.
The
But
man of
every once in
1,004
a while, I'll
impressions.
drop one.
That's true. You do like get a surprising one in every now and then.
Like I can't pre-do them. Like they just have to come out naturally, if
Come
that makes
naturally,
sense.
yeah.
Like
That's
I could
true.
do a really good Macho Man, but I can't just say like you can't say do your Macho Man. It just has to.
Yeah, exactly.
So then we get a Happy Talk segment.
I skipped right over this.
And then with Happy Talk, it runs right into, for some strange reason, I cannot figure out why, we get a Nakamura and Boogs entrance, which leads right into a Street Profits entrance. So right now, and they introduce him as King Nakamura. He's no longer the king. There,
Right. He
so
gave up the crown on
sense.
a website exclusive. He was like, I'm no longer the king.
Yes.
For whatever reason.
So it goes from Happy Talk, which is, I thought it was the dumbest thing until I had to see Boogs again, and I was wishing for more Happy Talk. I'm going to be honest, I can't stand Rick Boogs. Let him go anywhere else.
It's Mike Belcaster's favorite WWE superstar right now.
Oh, God. Oh, my Happy Gilmore? I mean, Happy...
Oh, yeah. Tyson says that you forgot to do the giveaway on Fig Night. What are you doing? You're leading the fans on.
We didn't... Yes, Tyson, you're correct. We are sorry. As soon as we disconnected and said goodbye last night, we realized that you're not wrong.
Tyson deserves his figures, goddammit. Give him that figure.
I'm not giving him this figure, that's for sure.
Oh, what was up for grabs on the giveaway yesterday?
Well, tune in Thursday and you'll find out.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So anyway, so we get like this, like all they could do with Nakamura right now is just introduce him with Booger or Boogs or whatever his name is, and he could come out and it's just a waste of time, and you get to see Pat McAfee get a boner over it. It's terrible. And you know what the thing is, I just picture Vince in the back loving it.
Yeah, that's exactly why they drafted him to I would have, if there was no Pat McAfee, I'm sure that we would see like another title swap with Damian on SmackDown and Nakamura on Raw, but just because Pat McAfee does that reaction to the entrance, that's the only reason why he's on SmackDown. And we're going to see that until like at least WrestleMania. We're just going to keep getting this.
So overplayed, although I hate to admit this, but my wife loves it.
Yeah, at least they're reaching some audience. Well, actually, I don't know if this is confirmed on Twitter, but they're apparently recording after SmackDown a match for the Tribute to the Troop show.
I heard something about this.
And it's going to be Roman versus Nakamura. So, I mean, that's a pretty good match right there. Although it kind of does give away the, main event of Crown Jewel, but, that's besides the point. But, I think that could be
unless
a good
he
matchup.
comes out without the title. Listen, we don't know Roman's doing. Okay, so we go to the Street Profits against the Usos. And this is where young Anthony... This is where I started cringing because I knew the buy-in show was happening for AEW. Okay, this is
no. The buy-in show was on for like at least another half hour before this. The real reason why everyone tuned into the buy-in was on, and that was Suzuki versus Bryan Danielson. And that's when I turned off SmackDown to watch that match. So, Tom, you can go ahead and cover that match.
We're going to dock you for that, for tuning out at that point when you're supposed to be watching SmackDown and do the SmackDown recap show.
I'm sure both of the Chads and Mike can agree that was the correct call on my behalf.
So we're going to get your shirt and we're going to take the O-N-Y off of the end. You're just going to be Young Ant.
Young Ant. I'm fine with that.
Anyway, it was actually a solid match. Montez Ford did a friggin' amazing flip over the turnbuckle. And actually landed on his feet, which was friggin' amazing. I feel like Montez Ford is just not too far away from a big singles push.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's soon because they did that match with him and Roman. So, I mean, they might be testing the waters with him.
Yeah, I feel like it's not far off. I feel like, and I don't think it's going to be a terrible thing considering what the tag team division is in WWE anyway. It's not taken seriously. Yeah. It's not used seriously. And nobody cares about it, especially Vince McMahon.
Exactly.
And that's the truth. And it's quite sad because as we've learned and we fell in love with tag team wrestling on AEW. But yeah, so I'm sitting here thinking I could be watching the buy-in show. I should be watching Danielson. and
Don't worry,
Suzuki
I
go at
watched
it.
for the both of us, and it was very good.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it. That's all I'll say. Very, very soon too. Um, so then we get to Becky versus Sasha. And to me, it says a lot when the company knows at this point they're going head to head with Rampage. And these are the two they choose to lead into it with and go up against because they don't there's nobody else on their roster. Like Sasha and Becky can have a great match because they've had great matches before, and tonight was no different than any other match they had. These two can work. The sad thing is it's a match we've seen before. I think they said we hadn't seen it in 2 years, which is kind of shocking. Although Becky did have a baby, so she was gone
Yeah.
for a majority of that time, or else we probably would have seen it 8 more times since.
Yeah.
But very, very solid match. Bianca's sitting at ringside. Talk about the match, young Anthony. What do you think?
This was honestly so good. I was actually surprised that it was this good. I knew that they were going to pull off a good match, but like going into a pay-per-view, you usually have like a false finish or you have like a shorter match. They went at least 20 minutes,
Oh
just
yeah.
hard hitting, really just kickouts all over the place. I paid attention to the Suzuki and Danielson match, but not as much as I should have. There were some parts that I really enjoyed, but honestly, and this might be like my hot take of the night, I enjoyed Sasha versus Becky a little bit more. And that's just because it was the whole package. It was kind of unexpected. I don't know, something about it. I guess it kind of had that entertainment factor. So for me, it kind of drawed me in a little bit. And you'll see when you watch the buy-in match, I don't know. Part of it just took me out. Maybe it was a little too slow, a little too slow pace. But this match was everything that I could have wanted it to be. It was very high action. There was not a missed moment at all. I texted you like it took me a little bit to get in and kind of like the match, but once it got going, I really liked it a lot. So I would have to go back and watch the Danielson Suzuki match to compare. But honestly, you can't even compare these two type of matches. But for me, I just enjoyed this match a little more.
Wow. I can't wait to see the Suzuki and Danielson match.
And we already have an opinion on that.
Oh boy.
Very sorry.
What
Although,
was oh
although they should be happy that I watched Suzuki and Danielson instead of continuing to watch SmackDown. That's just my thing that I'm gonna
yeah,
keep
you
saying
dropped
here.
the ball and didn't watch the show you had to cover.
That's what it is. What it is. Undertaker for Halloween, Tyson says. I actually am getting my costume as well on Tuesday, and it's you're gonna have to tune into the Classic Match Classroom to see what I'm dressing up as, and maybe even the SmackDown recap show. Who knows? Who knows? But I will be
I know.
dressing up
I know
next
what
week.
he's going as right now. I know it already.
I can't give anything away. Can't give anything away.
I know it. I know it already. So Becky Sasha, solid match, not surprising. And then all of a sudden you have Adam Pearce come running into the ring.
I hated this. I did not like this at all. That they just
No,
brush away. You had such a great match, and then Adam Pearce is like, "All right, everyone, get the fuck out of the ring." Like,
and the show ended 4 minutes early still.
yeah. Plus, you had 2 full minutes of just promos of what the matches are going to be for Crown Jewel, even though they hyped it throughout the show. You didn't need to rush this. Like, you just had a great match, and now you're going to just brush them off. Like, it was ridiculous.
At least it wasn't a. Oh, we skipped. Hold on, let's go back. I don't know how I skipped it. I thought I took notes. Did I erase some of my notes? My notes were much longer before. I feel like some of my notes got it, and if I did, we probably didn't miss much. But Zelina
I was
Vega.
Gonna say if you skipped, there. Well, I guess that's something
we got to talk about that. We got Zelina Vega beating Carmella, and Carmella is certainly not even close to the prettiest person in the WWE. But let's not go there because I'm sure she's sweet. So happy to see Zelina get the win.
It's about time. I was surprised that they gave it to her. I figured they were going to run with Carmella here.
Well, I like that they're still continuing the Carmella Liv feud. That was good to see. That's good. Another feud continue. Like Liv Morgan keep pushing her because she should have been the one who won this. But I did love seeing Zelina get the push. I thought that was awesome. And I'm assuming we're gonna see Zelina. And Zelina is the one who I want to see win the Queen's crown.
I
without
wouldn't
a
be
doubt.
opposed to it, but
I want
against,
it more than anyone, more than anything. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be Shayna Baszler.
you know, I don't want to speak it into existence, but apparently Vince is very high on Dewdrop, so they might give it to her. I don't know why they would do that, but it's got to be Shayna Baszler. There's no other like prime candidate right now. You're building her up so much. There's no reason for her to lose to Dewdrop on Monday. But knowing WWE, it'll happen. So,
Yeah, we'll
that's what it
see.
is.
We'll see, I guess. But anyway, I'm all for Queen Zelina. That's what I want. Liv Morgan is more beautiful than Carmella. Yes, Tyson, I agree.
Very true.
Carmella, okay, so she's the princess of Staten Island. Young Anthony, I don't got to tell you, growing up on Staten Island, she is the typical Staten Island hoochie mama. Like when I picture Staten Island women, it's Carmella wearing jogging pants out to the store. Like, like,
Like,
am I right or am I wrong?
Ever since I heard that nickname, I was like, "You're proud to be from Staten Island? Like, you're gonna put that on national TV?"
On Staten Island. I grew up my first 29 years there or so. And like I'm hearing this, she wants to represent all the girls running to the mall in their jogging pants and their extra big sunglasses. Like, really? Just what are
Oh
you
my
doing,
god!
Carmella? No, like don't eat. And then she claims Carmella looks like the princess of plastic. Yeah, she fits into Staten Island exactly.
Yeah. Well, she would be the princess of a dumpster because that's what Staten Island is. So
the largest, well, not anymore, but it did have the
yeah,
largest garbage dump in the world at one point. Now it's shut down.
Mhm.
And
It's
anyway,
still a dumpster, but
it's probably yes, and it's probably why like 7 people on my block where I grew up, including myself, my age band, have testicle cancer or had it. I don't know why. It's a very high ratio for a small area
what's
to have
going
it.
on? Briz Joshi, a new, I believe this is a new viewer for the Turnbuckle Tavern. Hello, I hope
What's
you stick
up,
around.
Briz?
Hope you
Yes,
stick
thank
around.
you
We
for
got some
joining us.
Rampage talk after.
Yeah, so we're
So
gonna be switching over to Rampage. We're gonna do the hot tag in just a little bit. So we'll talk about the Satan pajamas with Corey Graves.
such a weird
So
pairing, Carmella and Corey Graves. Yeah,
I
first time
know.
seeing you guys, but I really like it. Thank you. I hope you stick
Thank you,
around.
man. Thank you. Yeah, we have lots of shows. We always have recap shows. If you're a figure collector, come Thursday night. We have Fig Night. We have the Dynamite Discourse, and we have a lot of great podcasts. Search the Turnbuckle Tavern or go to the turnbuckletavern.com. Find all of our links there.
And I personally think that we are the best duo on the Turnbuckle Tavern, but that's another debate for another time. But it's a perfect first episode to be tuning into. I must say,
yes.
Briz, hope you enjoy.
Yes. So we get the contract signed, and they throw things out of the ring. They throw the table in the ring. Out comes Roman. Out comes Brock. Wasn't the worst contract signing I've ever seen. I'm so over contract signings anymore. What did you think?
Thank
you, Briz. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We have a huge contest going on now too. So if you check out Fig Night and stuff, and you follow us all over the place, you could get entries into all of our contests.
Hell yeah!
So, make sure you follow, you subscribe, you rate, you give the thumbs up, you leave some comments.
So and you know, I have a few podcasts of my own, Briz.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's talk about the contract signing.
So, a quick contract signing, but I think that was in its favor because
yes, I agree.
They did a lot of story in such a short amount of time that it felt different from what we've been seeing. It didn't end up in a brawl or anything, and it continued that whole the whole angle with Paul Heyman. And
yes,
I really think that this added element of seeing who is Paul going to be with makes me more interested in this match. Like, you know, you can make the argument that we've seen this match so many times before, but I keep saying it. This feels so different from all the other Brock and Roman matches that we've had. It's heel Roman, face Brock, and now you have that element of Paul Heyman in the mix. It just feels so much different.
And I gotta agree. I already subscribed, and I really hope you guys do agree. Thank you, man. We appreciate the support. Welcome. Please stay.
Please, we need you.
We'll have the Rampage show just joining us in just a few minutes.
Yes.
I love this Brock. I can't wait to see what he's like in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, cause this is a different, like his whole body language, everything is different about this Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Like this is like kind of like King of the Ring. Oh no, Money in the Bank Brock. Remember he was fun with the briefcase.
Yeah.
Like this Brock. Like I just wonder if the annoyance of what was Brock Lesnar was just the character. and how he played it, and because we're seeing different versions of him, and I just can't wait to see what happens at Crown Jewel. That
Now, I'm interested to know if when Brock is wrestling and the ponytail comes out, what his hair will look like. With long hair now. I wonder, just a visual of that. I'm interested to see.
Yeah, that's
Long hair
something to look
Brock
forward
Lesnar
to.
wrestling. That alone makes it a different matchup. So
give us that figure.
Yeah.
We need the man bun bearded Brock figure. I hope Bill's working on it already. And make sure
I wish this was a little
movable.
longer, but just because we had so much more
time. You just
time
said it
that
was
they
great,
just
it was
killed.
short, and now you said you wish it was longer. Make up your mind.
I wish it was longer because maybe not, because they told what they needed to do in that quick amount of time. Fine, we're good. But the only thing is that they killed so much time with the Adam Pearce stuff right after you had like 4 minutes of just bullshit. You could have done, oh, look who's here.
Oh, it's Hawk. What's up, Hawk?
This isn't Rampage Recap. It's better than the Rampage recap, damn it.
So what was I going to say? Oh, okay, so I found it kind of interesting how Paul Heyman reads the contract, just tells him to sign it, and then Brock drops that line. I already reviewed the contract this morning, and then Paul Heyman's face, like, where do you think Paul Heyman's going to wind up at the end of the day?
I would love to see him with Brock, honestly, just because.
Really? But where do you think he's going to wind up?
But I think he'll end up with Roman. There's no need to take the title off of Roman, because realistically, whoever Paul ends up with, that's who's winning the title on Thursday. So they've alluded to the fact that Paul could be with Brock so much that I'm thinking they'll go the opposite direction. Maybe Paul will even give a low blow to Brock, and then officially turn on Lesnar, and then align himself with Reigns, and then we go from there. And that even opens the door for a rematch if we wanted to see it in the future. I don't think it's necessary, but there's a lot of different ways that you could go with the story. I don't think it's the end of the story just yet, but we're just gonna have to wait to see where we really go from here. But for Thursday, I think Paul will end up with Roman, and Roman will continue being champion.
Yeah, I think that this is just Brock playing mind games. I picture the older kid from Home Improvement, Brock Lesnar. That's historical. I think that it's just Brock playing games.
Yeah,
but I like it. Like I said, I like this version of Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody's talking about how great this version of Roman Reigns is. I think that this face Brock is even greater than the heel Roman.
Well, it's still early to say that, but I like the dynamic between the two. I think that's what's making it work really well.
Hey, listen, if everybody's proclaiming Roman one of the greatest of all time, and how awesome this story is, like,
it feels like the first time in ages Brock is a more in-depth character. Yeah,
I think agree, Briz.
The last time you really saw this, like what you said with the Money in the Bank, but that was for what, a cup of coffee, a week. We're starting to see this a lot more, and you're going to see this, coming in the future. And I think we have a run-in. We
do. There's a running. Ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, Mike Belcaster. What's up, Mike?
How was your shows, boys?
It was very good.
I can't wait to watch Rampage.
You know that I enjoyed my WWE tonight.
I mean, the whole time I just kept thinking, the buy-in show's on. Oh man, wait, Rampage is coming on, and I'm doing this. However, the good news is, Mike, I did realize with my new setup, the way I'm set up, I'm facing my 75-inch TV, so I could do the SmackDown recap show and watch Rampage at the same time.
Well, I hope you did that, because it was a good show. God damn it. It was really good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mike Belcaster. Welcome to the Rampage recap with these two goddamn marks. Thank you for changing
the background.
Where are we, Tom? I think we're in
Velveteen Anthony.
We took the wrong corner. We're not in Staten Island anymore.
We're not in Staten Island.
We're not. Click your heels. You might go back.
God, we're not in Staten Island anymore.
Hey, don't say that when your girlfriend's watching.
No, she knows. Tyson, I'm ignoring. Is it on tonight? Oh my god.
Hey, listen,
Tyson. It's on tomorrow.
Tyson, I'll let you know. I watched all 4 episodes of Roads to Hell the other night on Wednesday night when there was no Dynamite on, and I didn't hate the show. I like seeing the background stuff. So
I know. Hawk is a huge Roads to Hell fan.
Yes. Is Hawk vaccinated? Is he vaxxed?
Maybe. I think so. He's got his flu shot. I know the mandates are changing a little bit. And I think the flu shot and the vax are the same thing.
And we got to get this show over within 2 hours.
Well, yes. I love Tom Untitled shirt tonight. Coming down the aisle.
Supporting our buddy J-Bone, who's out in Dallas on his bachelor party.
Yeah.
Style and Grayson and sending me videos. I wonder if he would get mad if I actually showed that video on here that he sent me.
Listen, I come down the aisle plenty of times, so I hope it's at least appropriate for him.
Did you see the video that I sent to the group of him?
I did not.
You didn't see it? I put it. All right, should I play it in here?
Shout out to the. I mean, if you want to play it here while we're waiting for one bad Chad to hop in, but if not, we can go right into it. I don't give a fuck. I'm here.
Let's just play this video for J-Bone. And I hope he doesn't kill me.
Good old Boney Shivani.
Because it's wrestling related, so I gotta play it, right?
I mean, I guess so.
So
Phoenix, you can get one of these hats maybe in the near future. We'll talk about that later.
Ooh, that's awesome. Okay, share. Here comes Chad. We're gonna play the video real quick.
By God, Chad is coming into the chat. We had a hell of a buy-in, guys. I'm mad you missed that one. If you want Steve Austin, give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's playing in slow motion for some reason.
It's okay. It looked better in slow motion.
Yeah.
It probably did. Congratulations, J-Bone. We hope you're having fun on your bachelor party down in Texas.
Whoa. Goddamn.
He was here and he wasn't there.
There he is.
Yeah. Let's do this right.
I got notes. They're blurry, but I got notes. We got lots of notes.
They're blurry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Give me Chad, my friend.
What's going on?
Let's just talk about this buy-in first and foremost. I was watching Creative Pro Wrestling Halloweenhausen. Yes, very good, very evil. It was very fun. I missed Danhausen's entrance though, but I seen he did the tequila, so it was good. Very nice.
Did you guys finish the SmackDown, or did we cut you off?
No, we're done. We just finished. We didn't give it a grade though. What would you grade?
Oh, okay. 2.5.
Okay.
Really? I would give it like a 3.5.
Of course you would.
The main event was good. So.
Hi, Mark. Good. I didn't hit her. It's okay. I love you. I did not hit her, Mark. You're okay. It's all right. I love that down to smack. It's bullshit. Yeah.
I did not. Oh, I'm Mark.
How do we? Okay.
I'm glad you got the reference. You're not that young, so that's okay.
He's actually really. He even got my reference to the Muppets Take Manhattan, so he gets some points.
I feel like that's a reference that everyone should know. If
He's
anything,
just a Hornswoggle fan. It's okay. We understand. That.
With the tattoos.
Yeah.
So we should kick this off right. Oh, okay, now it's official.
Oh, yeah, so
thunderstorm.
I muted Tom. Sorry. Hey. We're trying to unmute everybody. Then we unmuted Tom. Chad, buy-in. Holy
I feel cleansed.
Dude.
Yes. Was not expecting Conte versus Santana Garrett. It was a fantastic women's match, man.
I hope they keep Santana Garrett.
I hope they do too.
Yeah. I think she's good, man. I thought she was good on NXT, and she never really got her chance.
Yeah,
but I like her.
Like that young cat Bobby Fish. You know, I feel like that. Like they just did not get a break there. I don't know.
Well, did you see after Bobby Fish and Moriarty, they finally gave Lee Moriarty the Lee Moriarty is all elite graphic on Twitter.
Yep. Hell yeah, as they should have.
I don't know if you guys know a lot about him, but I know for like probably the last year and a half, anytime you would look up top top 50 unsigned free agents on the indies, he was ranked number 1.
Yeah.
He's been like
he's great, man.
I've heard a lot
he's
about him, but I've never
really
seen
him.
him. I need to go into
I
him
know
a
the
little and see.
name.
Yeah.
He's really good.
If you guys would have watched the show tonight, the real show, you guys would have known. Like it was a good match.
I watched
really
I only watched Suzuki and Danielson because I knew I had to. I
We're
turned off SmackDown for
We're
that.
docking his pay because he tuned out of SmackDown.
But then I said the Chads and Mike would have
Wait.
been okay with me watching it, so I was like,
I'm here for it.
I get it.
Fuck, man. But Bobby Fish versus Lee Moriarty was such a fucking banger, man.
It really was. That blaster, no, the exploder. Bobby Fish hit him on. So good.
It was amazing. Listen, I wasn't a big Bobby Fish fan in NXT, but he's really putting himself over here. I love it. I'm very, very big fan of him here. I like him. You know, it's cool too is that they didn't just smash him right in with Adam Cole. It's just because it was part of the group. You know, they're like, oh, this is what it should be. This was such a good match, man.
Well, dude, Adam Cole did an interview this week. It might have been his Chris Van Fleet interview where he said it's not out of the realm of possibility down the road, never say never, to an undisputed era reuniting in AEW.
I'm here for it, man.
Yeah, he said it before too. He said he would hope that they could have one big group and have them be part of the elite also.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put my AEW VIP badge on. Because we're living it right now. This is the good shit. I'm wearing it the whole time we're talking.
Ooh, I love Briz. Briz, welcome to the tavern. He knows his stuff.
Bobby was good in ROH, man. He was
fantastic, man. So here's the thing. Old Ring of Honor gets, I think a lot of underrated talent.
Yes.
Because look where we came from. We had the Bucks there, we had Cody there, we had Kevin Steen, we had Bobby Fish, we had Adam Cole, all these guys that are just blowing up right now.
Dude, the worst thing about ROH is the ownership.
Yeah,
like if that ownership would get behind that company and actually get them a solidified night of the week on some sort of cable television channel.
Yeah.
They would be way more popular. People don't know where to watch it. It's so hard to keep up with ROH.
I just found out that I could watch it on my TV, but it's like from a week before every week. It's so weird. Like I can't figure it out. And to your point about Bobby Fish, I don't know, on a random channel. I don't even know what it is to be honest, but
think Fight TV runs it now too.
I know locally it's on the local Fox channel here, but it's late at night. It's like midnight.
Yeah. To your point about Bobby Fish, like I feel like in NXT, he was never like the focal point. Like it was always Adam Cole and even like Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. They both got their chances to shine. It was never Bobby Fish. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does in AEW. And like I'm happy that he was the first one of the non-Adam Cole members to leave so that he could get that proper like I'm fucking Bobby Fish type moment.
Yeah,
well, he was he was always tied up with Kyle O'Reilly in a tag team, and then when the whole thing blew up at the end with Undisputed Era, Bobby's out with an injury, so it was kind of like poor timing with everything. And
true.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of the greater. Like take Adam Cole out of the equation, I think he's the best of the group. So I'm excited to see Bobby Fish out here doing his thing. He's killing it. That was a fucking banger of a match.
I'm learning a lot from you, Hawk. Don't worry.
He's always pulling the little guy.
If Hawk is showing you the way in pro wrestling, you're in fucking trouble, man.
He texted me several times today. He's like, man, you fucking prick with your Cody Rhodes love. And I was like, it's Dustin and Dusty. I promise you. He's like, is it a Vax thing? What's going on there? I love it, man.
But dude, this Danielson Suzuki match, like,
my goodness,
to me, this is like man wrestling. Like, just there's nothing pretty about it. These two dudes just beat the hell out of each other
in the best way possible. Though it wasn't like a shit show where they just beat the fuck out of each other. This was good wrestling. This could have closed any pay-per-view ever. and
That
everybody would have been
explains
like,
why young Anthony preferred Sasha and Becky over that match.
Just put me on the spot, man.
Anytime, young Anthony. That's what I'm here for.
man,
I mean, he might have made that comment that he thought the Becky Sasha match was better.
I'm not going to get into it on the Rampage recap.
it's
but
okay.
Me personally,
crossover.
I was more
crossover.
entertained. But also, I wasn't really paying attention to Suzuki and Danielson as much as I should have been. But like,
so you tuned out of SmackDown to not pay attention to that match? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I wanted to tune out of SmackDown for many reasons, but
Those girls could have laced both those men's boots tonight, and it would have been more solidified than what they did on SmackDown. And that's not taking away from girls wrestling because it's amazing.
It was a great match, actually.
it was a very
as we said, Ty Conte and Santana Garrett was amazing. But man, Suzuki and Bryan Danielson was just an art piece.
Dude,
it was like going to watch.
shot,
Yeah,
that forearm shot he hit Danielson with that laid him out.
So I saw a meme.
Stiff.
I just saw a meme of that shot, and I'm like, I can't friggin' wait to watch this.
Yeah. WWE drops the ball.
So true.
That's the thing.
WWE dropped the ball. Period.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
comment.
They are not the juggling type. Let's just call them. It's crazy, man. Like, but Suzuki and Bryan Danielson was probably my favorite match of the night.
Is it just me? Is it just me, or does every time, like every match Danielson's had in AEW right now has even the match he had with Nick Jackson? It's like every match he has that pay-per-view big fight feel to it. To me,
yeah,
Bryan Danielson, of course it will.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like, oh, this is just a match on Raw. You know, Daniel Bryan in a match on if there's like a elevated, there's stakes, and maybe it's where he's so fresh to the company, so every match is a big deal. But even more so than even CM Punk, like when he comes out, man, it's like he is, his mentality right now is like, we are not seeing Daniel Bryan. This is a whole new
100%.
thing.
You're so right. We're seeing a guy, like, I don't think we even realized how good he is until now. Like, we're going to be blown away by what we see over the next couple of years.
Yeah. If you watched his Ring of Honor career, you can see totally what Bryan Danielson can do. But also at the same time, I think he's got a bigger chip on his shoulder than Punk does because he's so fresh out of the company.
Oh yeah.
Punk took that breather and he's just like, okay, I'm cool. Yeah. Fuck it. But not to, I'm not gonna say shit because tonight's Punk, who did he wrestle? Punk versus
Seidel.
Yeah, Seidel. That was fantastic, man. That was a solid. This is the best match I've ever seen Seidel work. Ever. Guaranteed, bar none.
There was a lot of history with them too coming in. I don't know if you saw the Road 2 where they showed, you know, they had wrestled in like 2003 in like Mid-South, IWA Mid-South.
That was interesting.
Like, you're talking 20 years ago almost. Yeah. That's the coolest stuff in the world to see, putting on a big show. And it was they held up very well. I thought it was a really good match. I thought Punk looked really good. I thought Seidel looked really good. I thought it was a great back and forth match between both guys. And the finish was great. I thought everything about it was fantastic, man. This might have been not knocking on anything Punk's done, but this might have been one of Punk's better matches since he's might have been one of Punk's better matches since he's debuted.
I feel
really
like
think so.
Punk gets better every time I've seen him since he debuted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Hawk, look, it's right here. I could always just throw it on. Even if he didn't watch the show, he's got something to say. So
Velveteen Dream's ready to pop up, man. He's in a bunch of DMs right now. We're working on it.
Shit.
Hawk is still in hell, Tyson. He's still there. I guess they've gave him access to YouTube there, but yeah, he's still trapped. We didn't let him leave.
7 years.
He's thinking about it, man.
7 years was a long time for Punk to be away. He's still getting his feet underneath him.
Dude,
you stop that.
Punk, man. I feel like he's
back to WrestleMania 1.
Yeah. I feel like Punk we're seeing him knock the dust off because every single match that GTS starts looking better and better.
Yeah.
and better.
Tonight's was beautiful.
Oh,
so what I loved about it when he had him like bent over then he flips him up and he's got him and like that's old school Punk, like it's I think he's just kind of teasing to being the best in the world again. It's a slow build, but it's a good build, and I feel like we're all here for it.
That's why he's smart enough to not be jumping into main event matches right away. He's working himself back to where he needs to be. And I love it.
Well, you got to work it. You can't go into there being the guy.
Briz, you're hitting the nail on the head, man. Yep. Like these guys they definitely feel reborn. They definitely feel like they're all wrestling with chips on their shoulders because they probably wanted to wrestle like this in WWE, but they weren't allowed. So it's almost like they're coming out with this, see, this is what I can do if you let me go. Yeah. Like,
I mean, we've seen it with Miro. Look at Miro, the difference between Miro here and in WWE.
Yeah. So Miro's best work ever.
And real quick about just back to Bryan Danielson, like I don't want to discredit these guys' WWE run.
Yeah.
Because the thing with Bryan Danielson that makes him so great in AEW right now is like Mike, you said, if you watched him in ROH, you're more familiar with this Bryan Danielson we're getting now, but it's like you're getting that Bryan Danielson from ROH, but you're getting him with the elevated star power that he accrued in WWE. So it's like this whole new animal we haven't seen yet. It's like he learned, say what you want about WWE, but going to WWE, he learned how to be a star there.
Yeah.
Like he learned how to be not just a pro wrestler. So now he is a pure pro wrestler with this star power.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Good point.
Listen, he went from choking out Justin Roberts with a tie to main eventing WrestleMania.
Well, that was star-making performance right there.
That really was.
Choke him out with it got him fired.
I wasn't following him until that. When I seen that, I was like, oh, this guy's fucking A-game shit. And then WWE fired him, and he's like, I'm coming back. Like, he took the picture on his Twitter with the tie, and I was like, all right, I love this guy. Like, that was it. Before I seen him do shit, I was like, all right, this is good stuff. And then I went back and watched his whole Ring of Honor run and, followed him throughout of WWE. And I just think he's really tapping into everything right now.
Yeah.
The full picture. He's painting it, man. Van Gogh, he's killing it. Yeah, we were all there in tears, man.
So Nick Storm, I know you showed the comment earlier, but Nick Storm's brought up CM Punk's return to wrestling has been underwhelming, and then this person compared it to Edge's return. How would you compare the two returns of Edge and CM Punk? Because I love Edge. Edge is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah,
they're totally separate. I don't even think it's fair to compare them. You're talking about a guy like CM Punk walked away. Edge couldn't. He had no choice.
Well,
he was away from for his health.
I would compare Edge to Bryan Danielson more than I would to Punk.
I agree with that.
Punk did the Stone Cold. He took his ball and went home.
Yeah,
Edge won the title. He had to retire. Danielson, the same thing. He came out. It's like fuck.
Yeah,
he had a really bad night, and he was just like, "Listen, guys, I'm done." And like, I'm sorry. Like, it was really emotional when it happened. And,
we also forget that Punk has his return just happened. Edge has been at it for a year already. So we still got some time to really say if Punk's has been underwhelming. But so far, I feel like both have been great. I love Edge. I love Punk. Both of their returns themselves were amazing. And I think what they've been doing has been solid on both ends.
I'll say this. I think Edge has, outside of that first promo Punk gave when he first came back at the first dance, Edge has showed way more promo growth.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he went out and did all that acting when he was away, you can see
went miles to help him.
The growth. But with Punk, I feel like Punk has shown less ring rust than Edge. There have been some Edge matches where I'm like, this dude is winded.
Yeah,
dude,
like cinematic matches.
Yeah,
that's one thing. When they were filming those cinematic matches and Edge was there, like you could tell he was out of it during some of that. Punk's going live. He's lit, man. Yeah, like tonight he looked a little winded, like towards the end.
Yeah,
of it,
and the
but,
big
like,
difference too, when Edge came back, they were in the Thunderdome. There was nowhere. There was no one in there. They could control it. CM Punk, I feel like the return is a little more like it's a little harder because he's going in front of full capacity crowds.
Yeah.
Like no room for error. No, like, hey, let's pump in some cheers. Let's pump in some boos. He is right there for the whole world to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other thing, Edge, a couple of months into his return, he was out for a year with an injury already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, they had him working like 45-minute matches. His first 3 matches were like over 40 minutes.
They did that greatest match of all time, or whatever the hell they billed it as.
Yeah,
and
the
then,
Randy Orton match.
And in a retake of the RKO off the rope is when he got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a totally unnecessary injury. So
yeah. No, absolutely. But that's what I mean. Like Punk's working in front of live crowds. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, Edge has been taping matches for the last year. It's different. It's totally different.
So different.
It's totally different.
Yeah. And not shitting on Edge at all. Edge is one of the best workers in the business right now. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I mean, we got CM Punk coming back out of a 7-year hiatus, and he's looking very, very good. Every match he's worked, I think it's been better and better and better.
Yeah, exactly. And even his promos are better and better. Like his promos.
Yeah, but look at his match with Darby. I mean, that was a fantastic match.
I agree.
Like, you know,
that's the one thing him and Edge have in common. I feel like they're both storytellers in the ring. Yeah. You know, their psychology's through the roof. So
it's old school.
Yep. 100%.
You don't teach that anymore.
Edge is just itching to get to AEW.
Yeah. Well, listen, he didn't wear long boys tonight.
He's been alternating. He had long boys, trunks, long boys, trunks.
But that's like his heel move right now. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear long boys. Fuck you guys." And like, where's the crowd? I'm not gonna jump in the crowd. Like the little things that he's doing.
But I love it.
I feel like he's wearing those long boys when he's had a little Chicago deep dish pizza. He's like, I'm getting I'm a little pudgy this week, so let's put the long boys on.
It's true. But that's got nothing to take away from the crowd. I think that's more
that reaction. I love Punk, but you're not going to keep that first dance reaction up, man.
Never.
Right.
That was the reaction of 7 years gone. He's back. Like now he's part of the roster. Like I don't feel like that's any less on him.
Yeah. Well, like think of it this way: when
waxed and vaxxed, baby,
waxed and vaxxed, baby, style and grace, waxed and vaxxed. That's how we roll. But I really think Punk's gotta re-earn that first pop. You know, not that he hasn't; he's been doing good work. But like, we need more of the fuck you, Punk.
Dude. When
hey, I'm happy.
When Punk is going nose to nose with MJF. Or when he's going against Adam Page for the title or whoever has the belt, he's going to get those pops.
Yeah.
We just need those moments. Now, it can't just be, he's not going to get a first dance pop just for having a match on Dynamite. Now the story is going to dictate the size of his pops.
Yeah. Absolutely. 100% agree. I thought, like you said, I think he's getting better and better in the ring. Each week he wrestles. The Darby match was great. I thought the Matt Sydal match tonight was his second best, if not better than the Darby match. Yeah, I thought it was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. I want him to see. I want him to be doing the Bryan Danielson thing where he's going toe to toe with bigger names, though. You know,
it's coming,
oh yeah, absolutely. But like, I'm fiending for it.
Yeah,
me and Sneed were talking about this with Punk, where. You know, you got the one-off Darby. There wasn't really story to it. I thought the Hobbs match was going to lead into a storyline with him feuding against Team Taz, but that kind of it seems like a one and done, and he moved on from that. So we have yet to see him in a true long-term feud. When we see him go into a long-term feud where there's week after week segments and promos, that's when we're going to get. We haven't even got the real Punk that we fell in love with in 2011 in WWE.
Yeah.
True.
And I
Wait
think
till
that's
they
the
have-
reason why a lot of people are saying that it's like underwhelming or whatever, is because we haven't seen
100%.
like Punk in true
Right.
form yet. But I feel
Yeah.
like Punk probably came in with a list of like all the younger guys that he wanted to go up against. So once he's done with that list, then you'll start going into the guys that are really when he goes up against them, they're going to be elevated a lot, like Paige and
Yep.
MJF. And
Yeah.
Wait till
the list goes
MJF
on.
cuts the promo on CM
Dude.
Punk. That's what I can't wait for.
Punk and
That'll be fun.
Punk and MJF
gonna
is
be
what we're all
beautiful.
waiting for.
Yeah.
That is the feud we're all waiting for.
But also, like, you guys got to remember that we're looking at a Punk that's content. We've never seen a content Punk. He's been fighting for his life, man.
Mhm.
So he's happy right now, and that's something that it's like, oh shit, like he's got to really work at building a pissed off feud, man. Like that's
Dude,
that's
Wait
cool.
till MJF pisses him off.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it. I'm just saying, like, we're seeing a different Punk than we have in 15 years.
Nick
Not just
brings up
7
a great
years.
Nick brings up a great point though, because this is the exciting thing about what we're witnessing right now. Like we still have a heel Punk to look forward to.
Yeah,
Like right now we're in his welcome back tour. And then he's gonna have a few feuds as being a baby face, and we're gonna love that. And then there's going to be that moment where we get heel Punk, and it's going to be a glorious, glorious time.
Absolutely.
And that's what's crazy too. This is another thing me and Steve were talking about as far as like the state of AEW right now, and that what makes it so exciting is, okay, if you look at their world title, to me it's the most prestigious world title out there right now, just for the sheer fact of, okay, it's a young company, but they're not switching that belt around. Almost everyone has had long reigns. We've had 3 title holders. And now if you look at the state of the main event scene in this company, Jon Moxley, all the previous champs are there. We've got Hangman waiting in the wings. Then you throw in an Adam Cole, a Bryan Danielson, a CM Punk, a possible Bray Wyatt if that happens. So it really gets to the point where you're like, who do they fucking give this belt to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like who
makes the
is
belts
going to have those title runs? It's not
so much more meaningful. It's exciting.
Dude, it might be 3-4 years before an Adam Cole gets a world title. It might be a long time.
See
that comment.
Thank
you.
Thumbs up.
BMX knows his shit, man. No, but you're true.
Please hit the thumbs up.
Thumbs up, comment, subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. But anyway, yes, you're on the money with it, and we got so much room for growth here. And
go anywhere. You have no idea how it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said it on the debate, maybe that we just recorded, but like I'm saying, like now that they have this established long title reigns, they got a little bit of room to finagle with like if Adam Page wins it next month, maybe Punk could win it in 2 months, or maybe Bryan Danielson, or maybe Adam Cole. Somebody can take it away from them, like just like that, and we'll be like, "Fuck!" Like about our minds will blow. That's the fun of it. So they established the importance of the title now, but now it's time to have fun with it, and I think this is the perfect timing for it.
Yeah.
And out of all their titles, we've only seen 1 2-time champion.
Yeah.
Right.
Love that also. Keep it up.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's true. And then let's just go. I don't want to jump, but like the Dark Order promo that was right after the Punk match. Hangman's back. Yeah,
dude. I want to see Evil Uno, Stu, and Johnny Hungy against the Super Click. That's a great match.
Me too.
Oh,
yeah,
that would be fucking excellent.
Dude, that Johnny Hungy, when he cannonballs around the outside of the ring, just
so good.
Dudes out. It's
so
one of the best
fucking good.
things. So
John
good.
Silver is one of my favorite talents on the younger side of the crew there. I really love him. I think he's been amazing. He's
you're probably right, Briz. You're probably right.
I don't even think Bray needs it.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
I think we always
not yet.
talk. He to me, like the perfect way to book Bray is make him the super villain of the Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring him in.
Fucking
AEW.
love that story. I never got over how much I love that story.
Yeah, don't just make him in a feud in AEW. Make him the super heel of the Forbidden Door. Have him terrorize Impact, fucking
Everything.
New Japan, Float. You never know when he's going to show up. That's what you need to do.
Just imagine a Bray Wyatt versus an Okada match. Fuck you. Like that's
Bray Wyatt against Jeff Cobb.
Yeah.
Brian Suzuki.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Listen, let him go to GCW too. Let him go everywhere.
Yeah.
I want to see Bray versus
Bray and Moose. Many great fucking matches.
Bray versus Effie would be amazing. Like that would be good shit, man.
Bray and Matt Cardona. Fuck it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not against it.
And honestly, even with him being the Forbidden Door supervillain or not, we honestly will probably end up seeing these matches anyways, which just makes me happy that we're gonna maybe not Bray and Effie, but we're gonna see all these crazy matches. I'm looking forward to it.
All of these people that are saying, like, all the dirt sheets that are saying, like, oh, I think it's Impact. I don't buy that for one fucking second.
No, not at all.
I just think Bray. Is he a world champion? No. Is he a bell-to-bell 5-star match guy? No, but he is a star. He's too big for Impact. I'm sorry. He just is.
Yeah. Don Callis, man.
Don
Callis was doing God's work today. I don't know if you guys were following those tweets, man.
Yes.
Somebody get Paul out here.
This was such a crazy
for Roman Reigns, because that shit. What the hell is in ground fans mean?
Such a crazy day on wrestling social media.
When he
so
posted,
much happening at once.
When he posted, I guess they're passing the Kool-Aid around in Stanford. I popped huge.
Kool-Aid's running strong in Stanford. Goddammit. I love Don so much. I listen. I was a big fan of his podcast, Lance Storm.
He's great.
He is bar none one of the top vocal points of pro wrestling right now, and I think in a spectrum that's not even on a measurable radius. I think Don is one of the best talkers in the business. If you put him and Paul Heyman in the ring together,
he would shred Heyman right now. I'm sorry, he
absolutely
would. And I love Heyman. I love
Anthony's
Heyman.
biting his tongue right now. He's so pissed, but yeah,
we're on the Rampage recap. I won't say anything.
I mean,
listen, Don Callis will rip you up, young Anthony.
No, I know he'll rip me up. He won't rip Hollywood. That's another story. I'll bite my tongue on that one.
I'll fuck with that.
Let's get the discourse going.
I think they need to. If Heyman needs to get rid of those fucking scripts and be able to say what he wants to say.
Yeah, that's true. I think
Heyman.
If we're going against Paul right now with like my tribal chief and all this shit, like obviously, but like if you let Paul go off the script, there's nobody better.
No,
I just got done watching for the Classic Match Classroom cheap plug, I should say. ECW versus Jerry Lawler in '97.
Beautiful.
Every promo, Heyman was on fire, and that's carried over for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he has not lost a step. Everything that he was doing with Brock, he was just perfect on the mic. If you take all the scripts with Roman and being the special counsel and whatever, there's no question that Paul's the best talker going right now.
We know, like, go back to ECW, the famous "This is the dance," that speech. Yeah. Go back even further to WCW when he was managing the Dangerous Alliance.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude has been tops for decades. Like, I'm not shitting on that guy at all. But as it stands and the way they have to work within the companies they are in, Callis has the leash off.
Callis definitely is in the better situation, and he's allowed to, present himself as the best talker.
Heyman in AEW, watch the fuck out. Like, if
it's why they took Heyman off of Talking Smack, because they didn't like him unscripted.
Of course,
he was so good on Talking Smack, and they're like, no, we got to get him off
because he was real. That's the thing. They're afraid of people being real because they don't, they don't want them getting bigger. But I can picture Don Callis coming in and be like, "What part of the tribe are you from?" Weinstein's Deli.
I like
He's
Briz. I like Briz a lot.
Weinstein.
Thank you, Briz. Get on the show. Send him the StreamYard link. Anyways,
yeah.
Oh boy.
we got a good question here.
But I think Don Callis could chew out anybody in their given moment right now and be right. Yeah.
He's very good. Don't get me wrong. But like,
who do I in theory, I fucking know for a fact AEW put the better show on. I watched.
No doubt about that.
Yeah. What ended SmackDown, boys? Let me hear that.
We had 30 minutes commercial free. Sasha and Becky was the main event, and they jumped right into the contract signing with Brock and Roman.
And that ended it? Did that?
And that ended it.
The contract signing ended it.
Did anything cool happen?
Brock dropped the tease. Roman left because you're not going to look at the contract, and he's like, "I read it this morning with my advocate, Paul Heyman," and that's how it ended.
Okay.
Big oof.
They won the demo.
AEW
there's no way to look at it like probably they carried over.
AEW had 20 minutes of Punk and Seidel because the match ended. I think they were.
It was like 25 minutes. Yeah, it was close.
And then we had Dark Order, and then the beginning of the Ruby Soho match.
Yeah. Soho was a great match too. Best Bunny. It was the best Bunny match I've ever seen.
It's going to be interesting because
not saying
they were on, WWE was on FS1, so that's going to be
right. That's what I was going to bring up is that you have that edge to it, which makes it a little more interesting. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I think
WWE is going to get that. They're going to win, man.
Yeah,
I'm not sold that they're going to win because of how many viewers you lose when you move your station for a night. The only thing I'm afraid of is how Rampage has been dipping in the ratings every week. So I hope tonight was a bolster for people to turn back into it.
The fun part is that I think there was a strong following for Rampage just because of all the shit talking today. And
100%. I love it.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people are like, fuck you, I'm watching it regardless.
There was a point that the buy-in had about like 90,000 viewers. Like, I don't know if that'll really help if all of them carried over, but
yeah, it capped at 99, I think.
Right.
Wow. Like at the height of Danielson, they had 99,000 watching the YouTube. And another telltale sign, but this doesn't translate into like TV viewership, but AEW was trending #1 and SmackDown was trending #2 for the entirety of the head-to-head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that.
Well, that's the thing too. Like Nick Storm just said, Rampage has been dipping dramatically. I don't think it's got anything to do with the quality of the show.
It's the time, dude.
It's a time spot.
It's Friday at 10 p.m.
Friday night at 10 p.m.
Do you think it would help if they went to 7?
No. You know what? I think it would help if they did it on a different night. But I'm not here to shit on that
I don't
either.
think there's a night they can do though.
No, but that's exactly it. Like, what are you going to do? Add another hour to?
Well, I mean, they're in a tough spot.
Like,
they're in a tough spot because Tony Khan has said from the jump, and he said he's never going to go back on this. AEW will never compete with the NFL.
Yeah.
That takes Mondays and Thursdays off the table.
Yeah.
I was going to mention Thursdays, but all you have is Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yeah.
And are you going to do a show right before Dynamite, like the night before Dynamite? I don't think that works. You need some buffer time. Friday is the primo night, but it's either do you want to go against SmackDown or do you want that late night spot? You're kind of fucked either way, honestly.
Yeah.
If there wasn't Sunday Night Football, Sunday would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think, but that's a bad spot too, man. Like Saturdays and Sundays, like then what do you do when you have a pay-per-view? You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. Yeah, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I think Friday is the best spot for them. It just, they just got to build it up a little bit more. Well, they're working on it.
There's rumors that Nick Khan is whispering in Vince's ear about expanding SmackDown to 3 hours and competing every week.
Let's do it because that's going to drive. Yeah, go for it. Let's see the
water that show down even more.
Yep.
I know.
That's terrible.
I will quit the Turnbuckle Tavern if I am forced to watch 3 hours of SmackDown.
You don't want to watch 6 hours of crap all week? Like, what's wrong with you?
No, I don't.
No way.
I'll watch 2 hours of NXT 2.0 before I watch 3 hours of SmackDown.
I'm okay with 10 p.m. And here's the
I
thing:
do
they're
too.
happy with what they're getting. The fact that they're getting 500,000 to 600,000 viewers at 10
On
p.m. on a
Friday?
Friday
It's a-
night,
it's a big
It's not. It's
deal,
like
yeah.
that's a win.
It's not like it's their A show. It's the B show. You know what
They're
I mean?
not in the
Right.
prime time. It's not like 8 p.m. and they're getting 500,000. They're at 10 p.m. Most people in their demographic, 18, those 18 to like late 20s, they're out fucking
Yeah.
partying, man. No one's like home on a Friday night like that.
They got to add a
I'm at
replay
a
in there
home
too
party.
somewhere.
I'm always home, so
Yeah. Same. Like I don't get it, but no, it's true. It's crazy.
They had a couple replays of Rampage, a couple different nights.
Oh,
Did they?
really?
Maybe, yeah. I think he's
Good.
saying do it.
plus, man,
Right.
a lot of people say this doesn't, like, I know Bully Ray has came out and said he's kind of poo-pooed this idea and said if people want to watch, they will watch when it's live, and I don't agree with that. We're in a whole new
No.
world.
Yeah,
Like
I
there
agree.
are people that live and die by the DVR, and these ratings that we're getting that come out, they're not counting the 3-day DVR run over.
Yeah.
These
Well,
fives, what's the numbers when everything is counted? You know what I mean? Like
we don't see him.
we don't see them.
Yeah.
And obviously the companies are happy. The TNT, if you guys remember when TBS was announced, when it was first announced, the first announcement was Rampage and Dynamite were moving to TBS. Well,
Yeah.
after like 3 weeks of Rampage, TNT decided to keep
it.
Rampage
Yeah.
at Friday. So obviously, whatever metrics they are seeing, they're happy enough with it to be like, no, we don't want to send that. We want to keep that. We want to keep
Yeah.
that. So
But
something.
I also seen a report about how WWE might have been hustling out earlier ratings for AEW.
I saw that too.
On the dirt sheets to make them look bad.
Yeah.
Like because there was like 400,000 for last week's show.
But they're not
before it's all
competition.
counted. Yeah.
No, Tom. After tonight, there is no competition.
Exactly. On
Whatever.
AEW side.
What are you talking about? That Vince McMahon doesn't even like competition. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. It's garbage, man.
Listen,
To
we
say
don't even
that
know.
AEW and WWE are in competition is just crazy. So we wrote room for one con in the business.
Yeah.
So the Arnie Khan, Nick Khan, it's Tony Khan, baby.
I love when he
We
said he
don't
had
know-
more money than Vince.
I know.
Yeah.
You want to go commercial free? I have more money than you. I could do it longer than
And
you. I
then
love
he
it.
fucking did
Loved
it. How about
And he did
that?
it.
That was the cool thing. I love Tony. Tony Khan was on a hot streak this week, man.
He
He's
went
throwing
fucking
fucking
off.
fire.
Oh
He's
my
throwing
God.
fire at them, and I love it.
If you had
Keep
his
it
resources, would you
Yeah.
not?
Of course.
Seriously, would you be like, no, it's okay, let him walk all over me? I loved when he was on Barstool Sports, and he was just like, hey guys, he's like, if they want to do it, let them do it. I think actions speak louder than words. I never trended on their ground yet. He's like, but fuck them for doing it to me. I mean, he fucking held up to it, man.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Dude,
don't.
I went on a Google search the other day. Shad Khan is worth 8 billion and Tony Khan is worth 1 billion. So they've got $9 billion to sit and be like, they could buy like if WWE sold, okay, UFC,
Yeah.
when the UFC sold, they sold for 4.1 billion.
Yep.
That's probably in about the ballpark of what a WWE would sell. So
Yeah.
hypothetically speaking, they have enough money where they would be in the discussion if that company was on the market. I'm not saying they would do it, and I don't want them to do it.
No,
but they have
absolutely.
the type of money where they could potentially buy a company like that if they so choose.
They could and would make it better. That's it.
really would.
Like,
Yep.
yeah. But Tony's been very open about this the last week.
My
Listen,
favorite
listen.
quote from the week was him talking about Raw, and he was like, "Did you guys watch the Go Home show? It sucked. It was awful."
It's true
He
though.
was right. He was right.
I watched
kid was
Scream.
like- The kid interviewing him was like, talk that shit. He was like, am I though? Did you see it? Did you see it?
Listen.
No, I watched Scream. Like,
Yeah.
the kid didn't even watch
Scream's a good
Raw.
movie. David Arquette's a big fan of the business.
David Arquette's
Tony
great.
Khan knows what he's doing by shooting these flames at them, because if he gets them to fire back at him, all of a sudden they're getting more press and more media, and it's putting AEW's name out there. So he's just going to keep pushing them. He's not going away, WWE. He's just going to come at you. He's going to start pushing your buttons until you start coming back at him, and that's what he wants, and that's the best thing he could do.
And it cracked me up when Roman comes out and he's talking all that shit. And hey, I'm here for it. I love both sides. I love Roman talking shit. Keep it coming, Roman. But the thing that cracked me up about Roman, he's talking about, they're not competition. CM Punk's not this. It's like, dude, you need to take advice from your own promos. You are acknowledging them, dude. The fact that you are acknowledging them proves that they are competition, proves that they are in your wheelhouse and they are a threat. Like
tribal chief shit.
Yeah, acknowledge them, Roman. Acknowledge them.
And then Don Callis came out and stuck that pacifier in that fucking baby's mouth so fast to get him to stop crying. He was, they have a fan base from the roof to the ground, built into the ground. And Don Callis is just like, shut the fuck up. I don't know what you're talking about. Paul, come here and fucking talk some sense in your man, will you?
Yeah. Did you see the quote? Did you see the Ted Turner quote?
Yeah. I did. Yeah, that was great.
Tell me about it.
So I guess there's rumors on the dirt sheets that the scuttlebutt behind closed doors is to Vince. All of his minions are telling him, oh, he's not a threat, Vince. You beat Ted Turner, and Ted Turner's way smarter than Tony Khan. And Tony Khan heard the news and came out and said, Ted Turner might be smarter than me, but he knows 1% of the amount of pro wrestling that I know.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to make, he was like, if he knew what I knew about pro wrestling, WCW never would have folded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right, man.
The truth, though. It's the truth.
Yeah.
So what was this Nick Khan comment? There was
something up there.
Or a Nick Storm. I'm calling him Nick Khan. Yeah. Sorry, dude. That's a
you're not Nick Khan. That's a super
insult right there. Nick Storm is going to start firing all of us.
Yeah,
right.
Half of the Turnbuckle Tavern will be released by tomorrow.
During the week should all change their day and time slot to Monday 7 a.m.
Everything at once.
That benefits Nick, I bet.
Yes. Just so Nick could watch it with the cereal. We'll all be ass tired and missing it. Like, what? Set the DVRs. That is bullshit.
We've created a monster.
We got a Boney Con. Now we got a Nick Con. We love it.
All of our jobs are at stake.
Trust me. More than one Nick Con is way too many. One is more than enough.
Prepare for your future endeavors, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
The main event.
Yeah, we had Inner Circle versus Junior Del Santos, Ethan Page, and Scorpio Sky, as they call them, the Men of the Year. I thought it was great, man.
I thought
was Paige Van Zandt there?
Who?
Yeah, she came in. She interrupted.
Oh, good.
Awesome. Yeah, she did it.
Yeah, she was on the apron.
Tom's excited.
She was kind of jaw-jacking back and forth with Aubrey.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a great match, man. I really did.
Yeah, she led the distraction that led to Jorge Masvidal coming in and interrupting.
Need Jericho in the face and got the pinfall. Who got the pinfall? I forgot who.
Was it Scorpio?
Spoiler.
Yeah, I think it was Scorpio. Fuck.
Yeah. It was good.
But yeah, I think Scorpio got the pinfall. It was a good match though. It was a really solid match. I thought Sammy shined very well during it. I thought Jericho and Hager putting what's his name, Junior Del Santos to the table. Beautiful spot, man. Cool. Awesome spot.
Sammy really showed out. Sammy had
They came in with the run-in at the end. It was beautiful. Spoilers.
Yeah, you got to have the run-in because they haven't been with them for a minute.
Yeah, but like the whole Inner Circle united again, which we didn't think they were disruptive or broken up or anything, but it was good.
Well,
did you guys see this?
I did.
How about that? What if he did it on purpose?
Exactly.
Well, he mentioned this today.
He did
on Busted Open Radio. I was listening, and he talked about it, and he said that you shouldn't. He was like, those were just ideas. He was like, that's not a finalized card. He's like, I've got surprises. I've got things that you don't even know. He had already announced
Goddamn cards up his
Kenny and
sleeve.
Hangman.
Yeah.
So we knew that. But
And of course, Hangman's gonna win.
yeah.
Are you really gonna let Kenny go again for another year? Like let Hangman
we
shine a
always,
little
like
bit.
I always say, predictability in pro wrestling is sometimes a great thing. Like that's what should happen. If they would swerve us just to swerve us, and Hangman doesn't get the belt, I mean, it's kind of it's like M. Night Shyamalan shit.
Yeah.
Like let's just
But that's
swerve 'em
WWE booking. God damn it, that's WWE booking
with a twist.
God damn it! Yeah,
Tom doesn't even know that I'm stealing this catchphrase.
It's okay.
Oh.
We're good.
I was watching the
but-
Red Sox thing.
I tuned out.
No,
I need
like,
another run.
Do you really think that Tony Khan doesn't know that he had a notebook in his hand facing out?
Of course he did.
That's what I mean. So, like, what you think he's stupid?
What does it get him? Attention. It gets him press. Of course he's going to do it.
Yeah.
You think he doesn't know everything he does?
Of course, but
I'm
like, even if he
impressed
did that
people-
card, fuck, I'd be here
I would
for
be
it.
fucking pumped for it. But
Yeah.
I'm impressed people could read that shit because I zoomed in on that picture and I couldn't tell what was. I saw a couple names, but people had it all broke down, and I'm like, "How did you read that?"
Somebody
What was
had
the
really
Britt
clear-
Baker match that was written out? Was there anything?
Britt
was a question mark.
Yeah, Britt was a question mark.
I figured.
Somebody had a really clear shot of it. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it was like, if you zoomed in on it, you've seen everything on it. And
The
I was like,
interesting
fuck.
one was Danielson and Mox.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
how's
mean,
that going to happen?
Punk and Wardlow too. I guess that goes into MJF, but
Yeah, but I mean, would we all bitch about any of that?
No.
I'd be happy to see Danielson and Mox.
It was odd,
Lights
though,
out
'cause
match. Fuck.
There was no Adam Cole. There was no Adam Cole on it.
That's true too. Yeah. So you're
that's the
missing a
question
bunch
mark for Britt Baker.
Yeah,
you go.
and Adam Cole and Britt Baker. I loved how everybody was posting shit on Wednesday. They're like, it was made up AEW storylines. Like, oh, Adam Cole just said he's the new leader of the Elite, and then Britt came out and was like, oh, I'm with Adam Cole, baby. And like, I was cracking up about all that shit. It was fun, man. It was a good week of like not having wrestling. It's Wednesday sucked. I don't know how you guys feel.
Why I watched Roads to the Top.
I didn't watch anything. I almost rewatched All Out because it was just like, well, give me something to do. But man, it's crazy. It was a good. I thought Rampage was great. I'm mad I'm not going to be around for Dynamite tomorrow. I can't wait to rewatch it when I get back home. I'll be super happy.
Well, you'll be coming home all pumped up. You'll have time to watch it, and it'll pump you up even more than you'll never sleep.
I'll be working as commentary for Berwyn Championship Wrestling. So if anybody's in the Chicago area and they want something to do tomorrow,
Oh yeah, you're right, Nick.
Yeah.
It did say Cole Christian.
Yeah. They
Right.
did say Cole versus Christian.
Yeah.
Are we going to argue about that too? That'd be a great match.
No, because I think it's a Cole Christian Bucks Jurassic Express, so it ties into that.
Yeah,
that situation.
And it makes sense too.
To Adam Cole on podcasts all day long. I love listening to that guy speak.
He's great,
sweetheart.
He is great. He really
That's
is.
why he
He's
makes
like the nicest guy in the
$500,000 on
world.
Twitch. He's a smart man, man.
Yeah,
he's a very smart man.
No, you're
pretty
right,
sure
Nick.
you're right there.
It did.
Yeah. No, Rampage was great. I love the buy-in. Loved everything about it. I'm excited for it. I went and bought a $500 suit for tomorrow night. So I'm gonna be wheeling, dealing like Ric Flair, baby.
Looks pretty sharp there.
Huh? Did you guys like the suit? I sent it in the group chat.
I
loved it.
See it.
You
I
look
didn't even
super
see
sharp.
it. I need to look in.
So, what are you doing, Mike? Like what company you're ringing it? You're commentating or ringing it?
I'm doing commentary and I'm doing backstage promos. I'm going to be Alex Marvez and what's it called? Taz tomorrow. Here you go, young Anthony. Boom.
Oh,
styling and profiling, right? Yeah, I like it.
It's a beautiful suit. Beautiful suit
with the shoddy, OtterBox phone case that glitters. It's great. I got kids. It's okay. They like the shiny shit. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing commentary. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited for it.
I just listened to that today. Nick Storm.
I haven't listened to that one yet.
I haven't
listened to it today.
Ooh,
if you listen to him on
Renee.
Jericho, then you don't have to listen to this one. It's the same exact stuff.
Okay,
but it's still enjoyable to listen to.
How do you guys feel about what the crowd was doing during the Danielson match that they're now trying to work around?
Briz, thanks
doing
for
the yes
stopping
chant?
by. Not to cut
Thank
you
you,
off,
Briz.
Thank you,
Anthony, but
Briz. Hats on to you, man.
Briz, where are you from?
Come back, man.
Yeah, come back and let us know where you're from too when you get a chance. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
and also good news to all the Tavern locals here. Stickers will be ready to start shipping by Monday.
Yeah,
Oh,
anytime from now on, we got to plug this on every one of our shows, like all the podcasts, all the lives. But anytime you guys go on Apple Review, leave a 5-star review, we will send you a free sticker. Just all you gotta do is type up a little review. We'll send you a couple stickers.
Nice. You could be entered in other contests to win more.
Absolutely. We have a few loyals that have already entered 5-time entries.
I hear if you give a 5-star rating to the Classic Match Classroom, you'll get 2 stickers.
Whoa, hey,
dude.
Oh, wow.
Awesome, man.
Oh, Anthony just dipped after that comment. He was like, classic superstar. I'm out. There he is. Hey.
Oh, nice, man. Welcome from halfway around the world.
Dude,
India, man.
Thank you, Briz, for hanging out, man. We appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, come back again, man.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Instagram hearts, man. Yeah. Appreciate the love, dude. We got your back. Fuck, man. Suzuki and anybody can go great. I'm excited for the future of AEW. I every time we see a show, I want more.
We say that.
I don't know if any. Yeah, I know, but I can't not say it again.
Here's the one thing. I love this company. Okay, love it. I love the matches. I love the long-term booking with some of their stuff. There's one thing I'm waiting on. I want that
Goldberg
big. I want that big storyline. I want that big mega powers. I want that big Vince McMahon Stone Cold feud. We've had a bunch of great stories. I'm not saying we haven't, but I'm talking about that. I think that's the thing that they're missing. That's going to bring in that's going to get them to the 2 million viewer mark. They need a story that captures people to bring people in that don't care about the bell-to-bell action. They need a big, compelling story, like
water cooler talk.
And I love all the stories they're telling. I'm not saying this to I'm a diehard fan, but I do think there's that big monumental historical storyline hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I feel like it could be with the roster they have right now.
Works.
I don't know what it could be, man. Like, honestly, like there's something there of people are going to kill me for this, but if they did it in the right way, if Cody's heel turn happened in the right way and it became an all-encompassing company story where he's like, I don't know, turns his back on the company somehow, something like there's something that could possibly be there, but I don't know if Cody's the guy to do it. I don't know, man.
Listen, I 100% agree with that. I think if Cody went rogue against everybody, and not like, oh, I'm joining the elite now that I'm a bad guy. No, I want him to go full blown heel.
Full blown heel to the point where he's like, if it wasn't for me, this company wouldn't exist. I brought Tony Khan to the table. I'm the one that made it, and I'm going to be the one to destroy it. That type of
shitting on everything,
where an NWO type of storyline where it's the whole company, something like that. Like it needs to be bigger than just matches. It has to be story. It can't just be, oh, this feud has a bunch of 5-star matches. That's all well and good.
But absolutely.
And leave.
Dude, what about for real? Like he does what you're saying. He turns his back on a company and he just levels Tony Khan and punches him. Knocks him out. That would be
he put out a tweet, I want to say the other day, where he was like, I'm never gonna go heel on this company.
I saw that.
Blah. But I feel like it's
that's
just
cheese
adding,
though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
I feel like it's adding more. I would love Cody to go heel and then go for the Rob Hangman of the title. How great would that be? Something. And then everybody would be like, what the fuck? But Hangman's a baby, you know. He come back.
He's
that
playing it right though, because that tweet you talked about, where he's like, "I'll never turn heel. I'll never turn my back on this company." The way he does that, Cody comes from the world of movies.
Yeah,
where he said in the beginning, where he's like, "I don't believe in. I think we've passed heels and baby faces."
Yeah,
where I think he looks at him. The reason he said that is the character that he would play, we would all view him as a heel, but he would be like, no, I have the company's best interest in heart.
Yep.
You people aren't respecting, you know, like he would feel like he was in the right. So he
put that tweet out the night before Grand Slam. He knew that he was going to get booed out of the building.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course.
Bring back Barry. You know,
long-term storytelling.
we need Barry, the drug-free bear. I'm here for it.
said I was never going to turn my back on this company, but you drove me to it. You pushed me away. It's your fault. It's not me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that one big. You know, we're 2 years in. So I'm not really, it's not like an issue, but but that's one of those things we talk about, the main event scene and the who's going to be the world champion. We talk about all the possibilities. That's one of those things with this company that you like a heel turn for CM Punk. That's one of those things with this company you look forward to, is like, what's going to be that historical monumental storyline that we have yet to get.
Yeah. I would love, like, now thinking of it, I would love somebody to steal that title shot away from Adam Page. I hate it, but I would love it.
Is there somebody in sports, like there was Mike Tyson back with Austin, that they could bring in? Because it's not Shaquille O'Neal that's going to get them that mainstream press.
I think
no.
I mean, yeah, that kicked off. Than it was. Yeah, that kicked off Stone Cold, but I don't think they need that. I mean, look at the Mega Powers, how big that was. Look at NWO. They didn't need outside stars like. Yeah,
Ming was just a monster.
Look at Ming.
Get over, man. Yeah,
who?
Ming.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, well, you should do your research, man. Maybe watch the Classroom Classics.
Ooh, now that's an idea.
Maybe.
No, I would not.
I mean, as far as bringing eyes, that is the equivalent of Tyson right now.
He comes in as the enforcer or referee for the match.
But it's also just because I fucking hate Conor McGregor to begin with.
What about his? He can't stand his own weight though. So what's going to happen when he puts the company's weight on his shoulder? Is he going to break both of his ankles?
Keep the balls
there you
out
go.
Of here, man.
No,
Hollywood Tony is all over that one.
Let them stay on Raw, please.
Listen, at this point, you're better in bringing on like a television name over a fucking sports name. That's where we're at. Like. What are you going to do about it? Bring McDreamy. We don't need fucking Conor McGregor or Logan Paul at that point.
They have a major storyline in their back pocket, but I don't think it's the storyline I'm talking about. I don't think it's Bullet Club versus the Elite.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That would make for a good summer.
Yeah, but that's not that NWO.
No.
Right, not groundbreaking. Like it's cool for like the diehard fans, but they're gonna have to come up with something that'll get the casuals in.
Right.
And I don't know. Do you think that their roster is like set for something like that, or do you think they still need to grow?
I don't know how much more growing can they do.
I think they're set. Yeah. I just think it's like, where are the pieces going to be placed?
Right.
Like,
I think they need to just tweak, like, you know, the heel face turns, like you said, for Cody, or evolve certain guys. But I think they're there. They maybe one more piece. I mean, how many times can you say that?
Dude, what if it's what we talked about earlier? What if it has something to do with Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era going up against the Elite?
Yeah.
That's like to me, a bigger storyline than part of it.
A bigger storyline that we've talked about than that would be like if they did something extremely extravagant with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Something completely different and out of the box. Not like I said, it just can't be him coming in, picking a wrestler on the roster and feuding with like it has to be something bigger than that.
Bringing Dwayne, rap star Dwayne Johnson. Did you guys hear that rap?
Okay,
coming at you like the Samoans.
That just reminded me. Listen to what was said on Busted Open today. Mark Henry, they were talking about The Rock coming back to WWE and how he's a lifer for WWE, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And how they're definitely going to need him to come into that Roman Reigns storyline because that's how, the whole family dynamic, it's building to that. Then Dave was talking about this, but then Mark was like, well, I don't know if The Rock is a sure thing for WWE. Who's to say, what does he own right now? The XFL. Yeah. How beneficial would it be for The Rock to form a relationship with a family that owns an NFL team?
I'd pop for it.
What would happen if the Khans threw serious money to bring him into some sort of storyline? That's the type of, if you want to gank something out from under, if you really want to take
that's your star that you're talking about. It's not Conor McGregor. It's not fucking
dude. If he showed up on AEW TV, holy shit.
There's two people.
Thanks, Saramana.
And I'm not saying these are the storylines that would build. These aren't the NWO Vince McMahon Stone Cold storylines that I'm talking about. But if you just want to take attention away from WWE and stick a dagger right at McMahon, like if all these little things McMahon's doing to piss Tony Khan off, the two people that Tony Khan, if he could get his hands on to be any part of this company, would be The Rock or Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
would
who's
he
more
try
likely
to do that?
Well, he would definitely try. He would definitely try. Listen, it reminds me of going back, and you guys probably don't even remember this, because you know how Cyndi Lauper was involved with WWF back in the early 80s.
I'd never heard of that in my entire life.
Well, they had
who the
Captain
fuck is Cyndi Lauper?
Listen, girls,
this is a wrestling show. God damn it, we're not a music show.
Every week, Captain Lou was coming on Piper's Pit, promising he was going to bring her and get her to show up there, and they weren't believing it. So if you have somebody coming up and promising, I'll get The Rock to come on this show for weeks, and then they could just build it up like that, and then next week, I guarantee you, The Rock will be here, and then he fucking shows up.
Cyndi Lauper to AEW confirmed.
Imagine,
I'm friends with Dwayne.
Imagine Full Gear. They announce Adam Hangman Page against Kenny Omega with special guest referee Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hangman wins the belt. They cheers beers at the end of the night.
It'd be beautiful.
There's
nobody else.
This is shit. It's 99.9% not going to fucking happen. But
but it's fun to talk about.
Yeah,
I say he's more plausible than Stone Cold would be.
Oh, I think Stone Cold loves what AEW is doing.
TNT, baby. They play all the Rock's movies.
Well, Stone Cold had Tony Khan on his podcast.
And they loved him, and they got along great.
Yep. And Jericho.
And don't forget,
on the network, man.
Vince and Stone Cold go head to head sometimes, so I would not be shocked if it ever happened. Never say never.
Never say never in wrestling, man.
Do you not think The Rock has ever not went head to head with Vince and was like, no, I'm not doing that? I'm sure that's happened a million times.
I could see Austin going more than I see Rock, because I feel like Vince is just very connected with him right now. He's going to have to be if he wants to pull Roman and Rock at a WrestleMania. But
those family ties are very strong.
I pray for Vince if Rock moves over before they do this Roman Reigns and Rock match, because they're fucked if they do that.
Listen, I want to say,
you imagine?
That'd be a dagger, dude. Dagger.
I want to say it was a Howard Stern episode, Robin. If you want to please me here, Robin. Okay, but I want to say that he was interviewing The Rock, and The Rock was saying, Vince McMahon owns his name forever.
What's that tattoo on your chest mean?
Yeah, what's that tattoo on your chest mean? Why don't we dive into that, huh, Robin?
Fucking any of the girls in the back. Rock, be honest.
How about that Sunny chick? I bet she's not things with her. But I think Stern mentioned something about Vince owning The Rock forever, here on out, and like that's part of this. Nobody wants.
I think he owns it now, though.
Yeah, he mentioned on the show.
I hope he owns. Yes. Wow, that's really interesting. The Rock owns The Rock and Terramana. It's crazy. Robin, what do you think about this?
Let's
call Norm Macdonald and get him on the phone. Wow. I didn't know The Rock really liked The Rock. Yeah, Baba Booey. But no, so I think The Rock might have some resentment to that throughout all these years. Maybe out of all the things that do happen, The Rock does show up maybe one night on a TNT before they go to TBS. How cool would that be? You know,
It would be phenomenal.
And I wouldn't put it past Rock to do it. Fucking, he's Dwayne Johnson. He can do whatever he wants. He just got done doing a rap video. Like
nothing he
can
does,
do anything at this
nothing he does in pro wrestling is going to be for a paycheck. Nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
and he is about being the pulse of the business. He always has been. Like, look when he came back that one time on Raw, and he was like, "Hey, look, the Macho Man's out in the crowd. He must the weed in fucking Florida is better than anything I've ever smoked in my entire life." And like everybody's like, "What the fuck?" And Vince, I remember the dirt sheets afterwards. Vince was so pissed. Like, don't do that, Bill. What do you mean you can't talk about marijuana? That's not the way we do business here, kid. Like,
Rock, if you guys remember, about a year ago, Rock was on Impact Wrestling.
Yes.
Oh, he did.
Ken Shamrock.
He inducted Ken Shamrock, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, Robin, that's amazing. Wow. I can't believe it.
Get The Rock on AEW. Get Baba Booey on AEW.
What's this all elite wrestling you're talking about, Chris?
All I know is the WWF. Is Vince McMahon still running the WWF? Robin?
I mean, that like, you talk about stuff that would really hurt the McMahons. I mean, that's how you do it.
Yeah,
that's how
that
you
would
do it.
be butthurt after that if he showed up there.
I would
love the only reason why
he cut the biggest paycheck because, like, although he's not going to do it for the money, like he still wants to see that money. Yeah. I would love to see him.
But if it helps
as much
the
money as he
XFL,
wants.
if it's going to forward one of his projects,
who's going to do it?
Yeah.
Fucking Tony Khan. I'm worth more than WWE is. I don't give a fuck about WWE.
What's Rock say if Tony Khan comes to him and is like, "I'm going to offer you $300 million"?
Yeah, one episode. Don't want anything else.
Vince, get ready for WrestleMania. Boom. Yeah. I'll take
it. Yeah. He just says, I'm not even going to pay you. I'm going to donate $300 million to the XFL.
Yeah. And Terramana. We'll do both.
Next day,
this is all just ridiculous.
They offer future endeavors to The Rock's daughter from NXT.
Oh God!
No, listen. I don't think it's ridiculous. I think it's plausible. I think if anybody would be out of that connect, I don't think Stone Cold would.
Stone Cold would do it for The Rock.
I think they're both on the table. I think The Rock, with that tie to the Samoan family, I think that's the one thing. I don't know if he would turn his back on that.
I think Stone Cold loves AEW, and he wouldn't mind making an appearance.
I love the MJ when he had MJF on his podcast. Yeah, exactly. That was some great stuff.
Yeah, he's always given love to him. Like he
has.
He watches to.
He makes it. He doesn't make it a secret. He watches AEW and he enjoys it.
Yeah,
Stone Cold.
But I'm sure The Rock would be like, "Oh, it's for youth." You know, I want to be like Kevin Hart. Let's get me and Kevin Hart on there.
Dude, there's something to be said about the Bryan Danielson frame of mind. Bryan Danielson said the thing that tipped him to come to AEW was the fact that he thought him going to AEW helped the future of pro wrestling more than staying at WWE. By him going to AEW, it made that company just a little more legit, a little more powerful. And if someone were to have that same state of mind and be like, look, I could go to WWE, but if I go to this company, it's really going to elevate another company where by doing that, you're helping all the boys get better paydays.
Yeah.
You know, when you have two major companies like that.
Like he said, it helps all of pro wrestling. It didn't just help AEW. It helps build them as a competitor for everybody else.
Exactly.
So it actually helps WWE in the long run.
And keep in mind, you don't even have to have Rock in the ring. Like, if he wants to do some stuff in the ring, he could. I think this is more about getting AEW on the map because, sure, they're doing a lot with their connections right now with, you know, whatever shows Cody is on and all that stuff within TBS and TNT. But, like, you bring in Rock, you have those connections immediately to every movie that, you know, he wants to promote that shit. You know, he's going to bring in, you were joking about it, but you could see Kevin Hart on AEW and that'll make headlines. Yeah. You know, there's so much that could happen with that.
Jumanji 4.0. The Rock's here. Oh, hell yeah.
AEW right now, And Roman kind of said it, but it's very true. Like AEW right now has its hardcore base.
Mhm.
It hovers probably around 1.3, 1.4 million people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that thing that's going to get another million watching? That's where they're at.
Like, that's why I said
if they got Rock, that's it right there.
But that's what I mean. It's not Conor McGregor.
It's not.
It's not fucking Paul Logan. It's not Logan or whatever the fuck his name. Logan Paul.
All of that is a pop for Dynamite. That's not going to be sustained viewership.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, like you mentioned Stone Cold. For me, it's either like, I know he'll never leave either, and never say never, of course, but like when you mentioned there's only two names, I was thinking Rock and Cena. Because if they could get Cena away, he's kind of in the same situation as Rock, where he's the movie star now. He wants to help the future and all that.
I think Cena is more locked in than Rock or Austin at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why though.
If he
because I know that he does a lot of the shows on TBS. Like isn't he like the host of Wipeout or something on TBS?
Yes. Yeah.
So, what about Roman Reigns when that contract comes up?
He'll never leave.
I don't know.
It will help a lot of the WWE fans going over to AEW, but like, what is that really going to do when WWE's viewership is hurting to begin with?
Right. I would rather see.
Would it help? I don't think it would help.
I would rather see Roman take a Punk hiatus and then go. Give him 5 years off. Yeah. And then show up, I'd be like, boom, fucking world would implode. 5x5 ring, I'm here for. How about we get Rick Moranis with the shrink ray show up on the Halloween episode of Dynamite. He goes, no, we're gonna make it better than ever. Then he shrinks the ring down to a 5x5 ring. And the wrestlers are bigger than ever, so they don't fit in the ring right. It's like, what happened? And then we get a whole season of Dynamite.
I love that
I shrunk the wrestling ring.
Yeah, I love that this recap has just turned into like fantasy booking, like the most ridiculous fantasy booking ever.
It's so much than SmackDown. Fuck, man. But yeah, no. I mean, if you're looking for shock value, who better than Canyon? No, who's better than The Rock?
Canyon?
Who better than
Canyon?
Better? We got a bunch of other names. I think The Rock would be a fucking solidified piece. I don't think Cena will do it. Cena's a diehard WWE guy.
Yeah, I don't think Cena would do it either.
I can't think of any. I'm like trying to think of any other names, like who would literally bring in those casual fans. Like,
be The Rock.
Undertaker? No. Like,
no, don't do that.
Rock,
kill the gimmick.
Because here's the thing with The Rock, you're not just bringing in WWE guys. The Rock is like one of the most famous people in the world.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
When The Rock was on that first episode, that first Fox SmackDown, I think they popped 4 million. And they've been hovering around a little over 2 million since.
Yep.
Like he almost brought in an
good
extra,
shit, pals.
Yeah, he brought in an extra 2 million people. That's insane.
Yeah.
It's The Rock, man. I would love to see it happen.
Yeah.
It'll never happen, but I'll love to see it.
I guess
I wonder how big is his contract with WWE? I want to know how long his contract is. He's got some sort of contract.
If you've seen Kevin Nash's tweet about the Mattel arena, the New Gen arena, they don't get paid for the toys, baby. They're just there for likenesses.
I don't know if I believe that fully.
I fucking believe it. Kevin Nash does not bullshit about contract shit. He's a money guy.
I think he just gets pennies for it. That it seems like nothing.
I've heard the Legends deals aren't great.
No, they're the shit. But Kevin Nash said they own the likeness of Diesel. They don't own.
I don't think
they don't pay Kevin Nash.
Right.
No, dear Lord,
no.
I think they're way less. Yeah. You think Tanaka's getting fucking 6 figures?
Then you get paid if you make a figure. Then you get paid if you make appearances.
Yeah,
maybe you'll be lucky if you get paid to make appearances. You get catering.
You guys ready to get out of here?
I gotta go check on the wife.
Yeah,
way longer than I told her I would be.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
It's okay.
When we get talking, it's so much fun.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for everybody who's still watching. It dropped down to 2, but we had a bunch of new faces in here.
Tyson's
definitely here. It's Tyson and Hawk.
I'm the king of Terramana. You want to go wanna?
Lock passed out from styling and gracing a little too much.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Not yet.
guys,
I'll style and grace after this. It was a great time. Great Rampage. I hope SmackDown was decent to you guys. I know it's not the easiest show to watch. But yes.
It's better than Raw. It's better than Raw.
I hope everybody enjoys Dynamite tomorrow. Maybe I'll be able to pop on at the end of it and be like, hey, Berwyn Championship Wrestling was great. Yeah, no, I might have to. That might be my Uber ride home. I might be hopping on the Tavern and being like,
there you go. Are we going to do a Discord show tomorrow night, Chad?
Yeah, we'll do something.
Of course, somebody do something.
Or me, you, and Sneed, or any combination of the two or three of us.
The 2 or 3.
Sounds good to me.
I won't miss it for the world. I'm mad I am missing it.
Guys, do not forget. Leave us those reviews if you want to enter the contest.
Yeah, Tom, plug the contest. God damn it. We didn't do it on Big Night.
You didn't put it in the notes. Damn it. Every week it's got to go in the notes. Leave reviews. Subscribe everywhere. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you're following us. Send us, take a screen capture and send it to us anywhere. And you'll be entered in our contest. TikTok, make sure you follow
anything. If you go to theturnbuckletavern.com, for every one of those links on our link tree that you go to and follow, and every review, and it doesn't just have to be you. You know, take your girlfriend's phone, take your mom's phone, write us a review, subscribe. If you send us those screenshots, you can get, for everything you do, that's an entry in this big contest. Now we're giving shit away every 100 subscribers, but the big one, when we get to 1,000, everyone that enters is going to be in the raffle for this. And I'm telling you, like,
it's going to include a signed Becky Lynch Elite.
Yeah, there's going to be my personal collection. I would
we're
say
all putting together our minds.
It's going to be over $1,000 worth of stuff.
Easily,
I think. Easily.
It's between 4 of us with all the shit we have in our houses.
And you tell me where you're going to get a personally a Becky Lynch autograph on an Elite. They're not easy to come by. That's just one of the things.
That's how good I could do her autograph, Tom. All right.
This was autographed right in front of me.
That's good.
I'll say now, when we hit 600 subscribers on YouTube, we're probably going to have another thing that we'll be giving away with this, but I'm going to throw in a signed 8x10 autograph of the next AEW World Champion, Adam Hangman Page. So if you want an Adam Hangman Page autograph, once we get to 600 subscribers, we'll give that away.
I'm willing to throw this on the line. I will do a personalized Macho Man Randy Savage voicemail message for anybody. Yeah, if we hit 700, I'll throw that on top of the 700. I think that's a fair deal, right?
We need to get to 50 subscribers on Twitch.
Yeah.
So we're going to give something away when we get to 50 on Twitch. So if you send us...
There's just free shit going around the tavern.
You have to show us you subscribe to us on Twitch, and you'll be entered into that contest.
And I'll go ahead and say this. For every 100 subscribers, once we hit 600, when we hit 700, when we hit 800, every time we do that, we'll give away a free Turnbuckle Tavern t-shirt.
Ooh. That's
of your choice. Steal. Of your choice. Go to our Pro Wrestling Tees, pick the shirt you want.
Hashtag pick Young Anthony.
We'll send it to you.
Nobody's going to pick that.
I picked it.
The sub number now.
The
sub number right now, Tyson, I believe, is at 507.
So we have
93 subscribers before we give away some shit.
But
next
Tyson,
week,
here's the thing.
Let's get it by next week, baby.
Tyson, if you grab your friends' phones and you subscribe them and you send us the pictures, you get the entries.
You get the entries.
Yeah. If you get a bunch of people drunk at a bar and you just start grabbing phones and subscribing, we're here for it, man.
We're here for it.
That's
it.
Yeah,
we
don't
give
a how to do it.
Drop a roofie in their drink.
Whoa, no. Kayfabe, brother.
All you have to do, theturnbuckletavern.com. Everything we have is on there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
All right, guys. That's it for tonight. Thank you for joining our double recap show. SmackDown and Rampage, all in one spot. For Mike Bellcaster, for Chad, for young Anthony.
Yeah, the ghost
I
of
am
Macho
Disciple.
Man.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night with Dynamite Discourse. Love, peace, and pro wrestling.
Yeah.